And finally, the last film was The Intervention, which is a kind of comedy, romantic comedy drama, and it's about a weekend getaway where four couples go to this retreat where basically it turns out that the whole thing was orchestrated so that these friends can all turn on this one couple and give them an intervention on their marriage and basically say, you're toxic to each other, you need divorce. Everyone's on varying levels of agreeing with this idea, and it's not like sitcom hijinks. There is drama within the comedy, but for the most part, I'd say that it does stick to the comedy and the romantic comedy style of it. So that's good. At least it stays away from the melodrama a bit from the beginning. It's directed, written, and stars Clea DuVall, and it contains a few other kind of TV famous actors that you might recognise. So Kobe Smulders, who from How I Met Your Mother and sort of the Marvel films, Natasha Lyonne from Orange Is the New Black, Ben Schwartz from Parks and Recreation and sort of Star Wars, sort of. That's fun to look up, and Jason Ritter from Gravity Falls. God, there's so many hard names on this one. Melanie Linsky from Two and a Half Men, and Aaliyah Schwartz from Arrested Development, maybe from Arrested Development. So it is really very much a TV cast, all being put together into this small film, and it does kind of feel like it's almost like a sitcom setup. Like it's essentially just a bottle episode, the film, except then it takes this romantic comedy, it takes this drama turn. And as for the writing, I'd say it has peaks and troughs. Like it has some really quite funny moments where it's genuinely funny, and I hope that it's part of the writing as well. I mean, part of me hopes it's part of the writing, part of me hopes it's just natural improvisation between the people, because they just seem like they seem like they all have a natural chemistry, which I really enjoyed about this film, and I would say that it's the most enjoyable film out of the three that I've covered. Yeah, pretty much when it sticks to being just a comedy, it's at its strongest. It's pretty good. Like they really do well with the group dynamic. So they do very well with the group dynamic, which American stuff generally seems to do. Like the ensemble cast, they're very good with. And again, they're all from a TV ensemble cast, so they know how to balance the jokes between one and another probably, as well as the writer herself. Where it does lack is whenever it goes into the rom-com or the drama, because the drama is just either it's created and solved so quickly, or with some stupid point that they're trying to make, that it just kind of feels a bit too public service announcement, like love each other, yay, nice. And then the rom-com bits where it feels very much like American optimism, in that you go in with this film with like the expectation that you then quickly realize is probably going to turn itself on its head by the end of it. I mean, 5 minutes in, I expected it to completely turn on its head, and then it does. It does do exactly what is predictable, but then it kind of goes back on it half-heartedly to be the happiest possible outcome at the end of it, and it's all happy and nice and yay, everything's better than it ever could be, and no one really learns much from it, with the exception of two characters. But to be honest, that was so obvious, and it was so painfully drawn out and left until the very end to have like a slight difference to everything else going around them. But by that point, it already had so many happy endings that I was just kind of like, okay, so you gave me one, but that's not enough. So it's kind of it's realistically funny throughout a lot of it until the moment the drama gets involved, and then it becomes unrealistic and very stereotypical. And as for the drama aspects, all the characters, they don't really get their chance to have a proper dramatic moment, in that they're all comedy actors, and so the drama just feels a little bit lackluster compared to the drama. I would say though that Colby Smolder, god damn it, Jack, get the names right. Kobe Smulders is probably the best dramatic actress out of all of them, by far, the best dramatic actor out of all of them, and then I'd say that Ben Schwartz was probably the funniest out of all of them. I quite like the kind of slice of life genre, in that it's like when they present like a situation realistically and it becomes naturally funny. And this, I felt like at the beginning it was going for that, and that's why I really enjoyed that part of it. and then it just turns into very general, happy-go-lucky films that you know the outcome to because you've seen films like it 100 times. Directing, good. Cinematography, very average. Editing had some slightly weak moments, but overall fine. Overall fine. And yeah, I'd say that was a 6 out of 10 as well. Because even though it was, well, it's definitely not as well made as the other two films. It was just more enjoyable than them, and so better. So 6 out of 10.